I know that the tariffs and customs practice is relatively new at Aprio. Why is it a valuable addition to the firm?
Yeah, so Aprio is #1 fastest growing firm in the nation, and we constantly receive inquiries and questions from clients about their supply chain issues, import compliance issues, or export compliance issues. So as a responsible business advisor, we decided to include this new service, and then it was a natural decision to meet our clients' evolving needs and support them with holistic advice.
Well, talking about free trade agreements, it seems that more and more the U.S. is looking to its traditional and existing trade partners versus trying to create new free trade agreements with new countries. Does that mean you think that existing trade agreements will become more important?
Yeah, well, yes, obviously they will be more important. But one thing that we need to remember is that the US have a lot of trade policy tools that can impose additional tariffs. Even though your products are maybe duty-free under free trade agreements, there are, let's say, China tariff, like Section 301 tariffs, Section 232 tariffs, which we currently have for steel and aluminum products, and also Section 201 and anti-dumping duties. There's so many tools that customs and the US government can utilize to target certain industries, certain countries, or certain products.
Given those difficulties, are you seeing foreign entities using the United States as an export base for exporting some of their products? And if so, how is Aprio helping those foreign entities to structure here in the U.S. to have the U.S. as a base for that exporting activity?
How we help the clients is obviously our tax department helps them to set up entities and stuff. But for customs perspective, we make sure that clients, whenever they import any raw materials or their main products into the U.S. for further distribution, we make sure that they're complying with the customs rules. And then also, if they're trying to use it as a distribution hub and export it to different countries from the US, then there always has to be export controls issues that needs to be addressed. So US has a strong export controls rules administered by different types of agencies like OFAC, Department of Commerce, and also Census. So there are different types of regulations that they need to consider before even shipping the products. And then lastly, probably because the customs rules are global in general, we also consult with clients on their shipments into different jurisdictions. So we consult with local experts as well to help the clients for a smooth supply chain.
Wonderful. Do you have any advice for small and medium-sized businesses in terms of navigating the regulatory landscape? Because they may not have a whole compliance department like a larger firm would. So what's your advice to smaller companies?
My advice is to have a strong import and export compliance procedure internally, which must include a strong customs broker or freight forwarder communication and management policy. It's because a lot of issues that come from is the broker mistake or freight forwarder mistakes. A lot of companies heavily rely on their services. The thing is, they are really a key processors, and they're really not a compliance agents. So it's the importer who's primarily responsible for all the compliance work for the customs.